Okay, Coach. Well, with the Ohio River and the hills of Kentucky just to our right, we welcome you into Paul Brown Stadium in Cincinnati, Ohio. The enthusiasm of this Cincinnati crowd in full effect a moment ago as their Bengals took the field to the delight of this sold-out crowd. And they're all set as they'll match up with the Baltimore Ravens. The shadow's starting to get a bit longer. Week 10 of the NFL season is here, and we're underway on EA Sports. First and 10, it's Jackson. And his first pass is incomplete.
I will see more of them trying to get him the football out of the backfield. They love what he can do in open space, and they believe that he creates mismatches they can exploit.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strip. Watch 36. 36 to my
Throwing again. Griffin. Throwing left side, it's complete. And he's got this almost to the 40 before going out. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. From the gun, it's Jackson. Looking deep downfield. And that's caught inside the 30. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. Miles Boykin with his first career NFL touchdown. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. Tucker able to connect on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. So here's Dalton and the Bengals now, 1st and 10 at their own 24.
Crunch. Hey.
They'll get this complete to Batson. And out across midfield down to the 45. Heck of a start, a 30-yard pickup on their first play from scrimmage.
It's not a surprise when you read scouting reports and watch tape because you know he's a heck of a player. But he is so difficult to get down in the open field. They just want to get him the ball and let him do his thing.
So the big play moves him all the way across midfield. It's 1st and 10 from the 45. And now the Raven defense going to call a timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 1st and 10, here's Andy Dalton. And he fires one incomplete. He was looking for John Ross that time. And that'll bring up 2nd down.
Defensively here, you're facing a top 5 team in terms of points scored in the NFL. So when they're that high-powered, you've got to find a way to hold them under 20. Because to me, that's the magic number. 20 points scored, you give yourself your best chance to win.
So if they're up around 24, 28, 30, they could be in some trouble.
And I think so, because then you turn it into a shootout, and that means your offense has to keep pace.
Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Marlon Humphrey. And his guys are going to take over at the 21-yard line.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Now a first down run is going nowhere. He's going to be dropped in the backfield, a loss of 2. That's going to go as a loss of 2, and it'll be 2nd down. First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's 2nd and 12. This time Jackson will throw it. Eluding the pressure right. Looking left side, and it's complete. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. For Lamar Jackson, his first NFL start came against the Cincinnati Bengals November 18th in Baltimore of last year. And he threw for 150 yards, ran for 119 more as the Ravens won 24-21 and eventually taken down here. Great coverage downfield. Jordan Willis in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year. Now following the sack, they'll come up here on a 2nd down and 12. Jackson under pressure again, and down he goes again. Geno Atkins make that now 8 sacks for him on the season. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
Now after that sack, it's 3rd and long for Jackson and the Ravens.
Watch 36 to Mike. He's checking.
There's Jackson on 3rd and long. He's got his man on the crossing route. And give him a gain of 37. How about this first quarter for them throwing the football?
This defense has 0 answers for what they've seen so far with the ball in the air. I'm not sure how they're going to change things around, but offensively, I keep attacking. I keep throwing the football until they make me change.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They'll go with Hill here on 1st down. And tough sledding. He'll get maybe a yard. Stop short of the 35.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
He's crossing. He's checking.
On second down, Hill. Call it a gain of 5 that time, and they'll be left with a third and about 4.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
From the gun on third down, Jackson. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. Already, he's top 50 receiving yards in this first quarter. And he's got a first down. Now a first down carry. It's Hill. Looking for a crease. Can't find one. Stopped at the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain on the play, and it'll be second down. This defense against the run, by the way, they're not top 5, but they are top 10.
So what's your philosophy here? Do you try and run the ball against a team that's pretty good against the run? What if you're a pretty good running team? If so, you might want to go ahead and run it anyway because that's your strength.
Officially nothing on that last run. They'll try again, second and 10.
57, Mike, 57. Get that quarterback at all costs. 57.
Throwing is Jackson. That is caught at the 7-yard line. And they corral him just a couple yards shy of the end zone. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
Under 10.
Now here's Hill, and he will take it in for a Ravens touchdown. Justice Hill, his third touchdown now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. They've got to be thrilled on the road right now. Touchdown, turnover, touchdown, and quickly trying to make it 14-0.
Yeah, and mentioned it already. On the road, to be able to go into someone else's house and establish a start like that, obviously your confidence rises in a big way, and you're putting some doubt in their minds.
And a pretty good return here. He'll be stopped just shy of the 25 at the 24-yard line. The Bengals drive about to get going. Already down 2 touchdowns here in the first half. This becomes a pretty important drive, doesn't it?
It certainly does, and a lot of the teams script plays. We know that, right? They have a script to start the ball game, and typically those scripts go between 12 and 24, 25 plays. Down 2 touchdowns early, probably not very deep into their script. I think that they'll stay with it. I don't think they'll abandon it just yet and try and generate some offense on this drive.
Anything. At least 3 points, get that 0 off the board. And he works his way forward for a couple up past the 30.
Some of these play calls, I think they're a little conservative, but you know me, because it's easy to sit up in this booth, right, and make all the calls and think I'm going to be correct. But I would like to see them open things up, because otherwise this defense is going to gang up on the run and shut them down.
A gain of 4 that time as the drive continues. So from the 36 now, first and 10. They'll run here with Pumphrey. And the hole closes quickly there. He gets maybe a couple up to the 38.
And the big fella stuffed that one up in a big way. I think doubling him has to be a priority because you can't move up to the next level if you don't take care of him first.
The last run good for 2. Here's second and 8. And now to the air, Dalton. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be third down. I know he wants to get his team back in the game, but a 50-50 ball right there that maybe was a little questionable.
Yeah, he's pretty lucky to get that one back. I think that sometimes these quarterbacks play with a lot of confidence that borders on arrogance, and that can put your team in some Dutch.
Yeah, especially maybe want to look at some safer routes after the interception he had that ended their last drive. And able to find Green. And he's going to be taken down with the first down at the Ravens' 40. Green last year had the lowest numbers of his career output-wise, 694 yards, 6 touchdowns. But, of course, there was a reason for that. He was battling a toe injury the second half of the season. And, boy, did the Bengals miss his presence. They limped to the finish line, losing 7 of their last 8. They are happy to have him back and healthy. They go play action here on first down. That's complete to John Ross. Another nice gain, 16 yards there and a first down again.
I think it all came together there. In-breaking route, drove it with excellent pace. Money throw right there to move the sticks.
Now a play fake here on first down. Wide open receiver complete. And he will take it on in for a Bengals touchdown. Cameron Batson, his 5th touchdown now on the year, as they are now on the board here in the first half. Point after, right down the middle. And that'll make our score 14-7. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. This is fielded at the goal line. And he'll get it up just past the 20, and his guys will go to work. At the 21-yard line.
Let's go. First and 10 at their own 21-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well. They'd love to just strike back with a touchdown right here. And if it's a long play, so be it. But the main goal, get a couple of first downs, run some plays, run some clock, allow their defense to get a chance to catch their breath, settle down, and relax a little bit after they just gave up a score.
To throw again on second down. Jackson going for the deep ball. And that's going to be incomplete. Good effort there trying to take a shot, but it's third down.
Fans do love the long ball, don't they? And he already found his guy once. Tried to give him another chance there, didn't he?
Yeah, he did. Couldn't connect, but as you alluded to, he does have that touchdown from earlier, trying to keep him in the rhythm. He's got a man. That's caught. Left sideline. And all the way in for a Ravens touchdown. A big play there. With a lucky number 13 touchdowns now on the year, as the Ravens push further out in front. Tucker with the extra point, and it's now 21-7. Tucker now to kick it away following the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Cincy offense about ready to go here on their next drive. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2-minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave them with a 2nd and 3. They'll operate from the 32-yard line here, 2nd and 3. They'll run it now with Pumphrey. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. That one, a first down pickup of 8.
At this stage of the game, the run-pass numbers are a little bit out of whack because most of the yardage has come through the air. But in a sense, that just sets things up for big runs like that because the defense might be a little bit off balance. They pick up another first down with that run.
He's going to air it out deep for Green. And that'll wind up incomplete. Trying to give his man room to run under it, but it's second down. Earlier in the quarter when the defense was keying on the run, you said offensively they need to open things up, take some shots downfield. Didn't work there, but they did.
Yeah, I'm not going to change my tune now. I still think it's the right play because when you take those shots downfield, you open the eyes of the defense to what you could do to them, and that may open some things up for you offensively.
You that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL.
We're good. We're good.
Dalton, 1st and 10. And almost intercepted. It would have been his second pick in the game. Instead, it'll be second down.
It's been my observation there's been a nice variety of play calling defensively. You and I often talk about an offense's ability to keep a defense off balance with what they're doing. I think the converse has been true in this game.
Yeah, I think you're right. They seem to have gone off tendency quite a bit, but only the second quarter. Got a man. It's caught inside the 10. That one covers 29 yards, first down. CD, with that last pass, he joined a group of about 50 other men that are over 30,000 career passing yards. So, look, he's not at the top, but that's pretty good company.
Yeah, it's not the most exclusive fraternity in the NFL, but it's a pretty good one, isn't it? You still have to put some numbers up in order to get in, okay? The secret knock is still there. How about him getting it done? Proud of him.
They'll give it to Mixon. And a little bit of space there. Takes it inside the 5 to the 3. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk things over prior to this upcoming second down play. So the ball position now at the 3. Here's 2nd and goal. They'll try and run this. It's Pumphrey. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop it with just over a minute to go before halftime. So backed up to the 6 now. 3rd and goal. They run with Pumphrey. And they'll get him down here at about the 5-yard line. Now after that last play, there's a Bengal down on the field. We'll check on his status when we get back. And his kick is indeed good. And that will get the disadvantage now back down to 11. A good drive gets them inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
They'll bring it back to just about the 25. Call it the 24-yard line. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. You've got under a minute to go here until halftime. You got the good-sized lead. No need to do anything crazy.
No, there really is no need to do anything crazy. The smart play.
And Jackson cannot get away, and he'll go down. Geno Atkins in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
It's second down.
Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is second and long. Give him 4 yards there, but still in a big hole. Third and long.
Well, they didn't get a whole lot out of that one, but I think you've got to continue to try and run it and try and keep the defense honest.
You mean or else they'll just sit back, dare you to throw it on every down?
Yeah, you get your quarterback hit a lot that way, too.
The Ravens on third down. A perfect 3 for 3 as they look to keep that streak going. This is 3rd and 17.
Watch 36. 36 to Mike. I got you. I got you. Go.
They snap it at 1. Now it's Jackson. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete. Certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. And this is away. It's a high kick, and he got all of it. This will be fielded at the 17. 21 yards. Well done on the return. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before halftime. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. Time here for likely one play, then off to the locker room, and they're going to have some adjustments to make.
They certainly will, and I think a lot of people are thinking to themselves, all right, take the knee, get out of here, regroup.
But into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Obi Melifonwu. And he will be brought down as time is now run out on this first half of action. And okay, so much for our halftime break. Apparently we're going to get right back to it.
Justin Tucker set to kick off.
Both teams appear ready for the fight ahead, and we resume action here in quarter number 3. Fielded about a yard deep.
It's the third quarter, and they're down on the... scoreboard, and while no one wants to hit the panic button just yet, points are a necessity on this drive. What a great way to get set up.
Hot. Lead. Yeah. Check. Switch.
Mixon will get it to start the second half. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Tough first half for him, unable to put up the numbers he's used to producing. But with a guy like him, you and I both know it just takes a couple of explosive touches for him to make an impact on this game and on the stat sheet as well.
From the 22, Dalton. And a quick throw here, that's complete. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Let's go.
That's good for a Bengals first down. First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
Hot. Larry. Hey, watch the screen. Nice. Watch the screen. SOS.
Dalton on the draw to Mixon. And he's taken down at the 7 after a gain of 7. Now after the running play, we've got a man down on the field. While the trainers take a look, we'll step aside. So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3.
Check Nick. 93, 52, 93.
Again, it's Mixon. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he's stopped behind the line of scrimmage. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and just like that, it's 3rd down.
Hands up. Lead. Switch the mic right here. We go Mike 40. 368. He's not going to get me. Hands up.
Dalton with a give here to Mixon. And this has been a familiar sight all afternoon as they stop him behind the line. They were ahead of schedule after the gain of 7 on first down, but the defense does not budge on 2nd and 3rd. And his kick is good. And that'll make this an 8-point game. That drive took him inside the 10. Good job defensively to hold him to 3.
Yeah, I like how you did that. Give a little tip of the cap to the stop troops there because they didn't give up a touchdown in that situation, right? Made them kick the field goal. And, yeah, points went against them, but that feels a whole lot better running off the field.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means you're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency. Move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. They'll break the huddle, come up on 2nd and 8 at the 27-yard line.
Check Mike 57.
Now this time he'll look to throw. Throwing left side, it's complete. 23 yards the pickup there.
It's a gain of 23 yards.
And that last reception puts him over 150 yards now on the game, Charles.
And now it's not just execution. It's not just performance. It's a mental aspect that's going on. Because right now, he's got the defense so much on their heels, got them looking at each other. Who's going to cover this guy, and what type of coverage can we put out there to try and slow him down?
2nd and 10 at the 49-yard line.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. They stay on the ground. This time it's Hill. He's able to rattle off 6 on the carry, and that'll get him to 3rd and 4.
Running lanes were at a premium in the first half, but he's able to find some room there, and he's hoping that that's a precursor of a big second half.
A nickel look now for the Bengals as they try to stop him here on 3rd down. And now with the play clock winding down, Adam Gase says, let's take a timeout. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this 3rd quarter.
Mike's 57. I can't believe they let you play. may even let you play. 50 seconds.
Jackson now. Trying here for Bryant, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jamal Agnew. And a great return as he takes us up just shy of the 45. How about that being his 13th interception of the season, tied for number 2 all-time.
And when someone's having a season that fantastic, wouldn't you think you'd have a scouting report that says, don't throw in his area?
I don't think he's cared about the scouting reports all year.
Yeah, he's found a way to find the football. He's become a true ball magnet.
Here's Dalton, and that is incomplete. He couldn't hold on through the contact. Brings up second down. So second down, still 10 yards to go. Ball on the 43. Now Joe Mixon. And across midfield he goes into Raven territory. Now, they struggled to get him rolling on the ground in the first half, and that's sort of continuing here in the third quarter.
Yeah, but I don't think it's time to abandon the running game. I would say keep feeding the horse, and I believe he'll eventually reward them, especially as we get deeper in the game.
Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. He needed 2, he got 1, and that's going to leave him with 4th down and a yard.
4th down and 1.
And no move to get the offense off the field. They'll stay put on 4th and 1.
36.
They run for it with Mixon. And he's going to have a first down as he's brought down at the 44-yard line.
Get ready.
A gain of 4 yards. And the Bengals first down. 1st and 10 at the 44-yard line.
Let's go. Here it comes.
368.
Dalton going deep downfield for Ross. That's going to be caught by Ross for a Bengal touchdown. John Ross with touchdown number 7 on the year, as his guys have cut the lead down to 2. So now Dalton will lead the Bengals to the line as they'll come up and go for 2. They'll try and run with Bernard. And he's not going to get there. So they come up empty on the 2-point conversion, and they are unable to tie up this football game. Brown now to kick it away after the touchdown. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The offense now at the line, ready for their next drive. And they've got the lead here getting late into the third quarter. And the passing game for them, it's been terrific. We've seen that, but the rushing game almost non-existent.
And with the lead and trying to finish this game off, they need the running game to come back to life. They need to get sparked that way, take some time off the clock, and keep the ball away from their opponents.
At the 27-yard line.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Now it's Jackson. He's got it to Ingram, complete. And this one will go to the 28-yard line. Back now in Cincinnati. It's been a good one so far, just a 2-point game here as we get set for quarter number 4.
Check. 57's the mic. Rock 57.
On third down, Jackson. He's going to look deep down the field. Oh, incomplete. Nearly the pick they needed. They would have loved one there. But at least it does get him to fourth down.
That is 3 plays and out. It's fourth down.
And here's a big one now. Trying to hold this lead. They're going to go for it here on fourth down.
50 seconds to Mike. 50 seconds. Hey. Check three.
They'll try and throw for it with Jackson. That's caught by the former Sooner, Mark Andrews. A defensive breakdown allows a pickup of 16 on fourth down. Jackson now, 5 straight completions here in this second half, 1st and 10.
Go. Hey, check. 57, Mike 57. Focus, defense, focus. 57, Mike 50. Go. Not here. 57's the Mike, rock 57. Don't get nervous.
Jackson will throw again. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. This is Ingram on 1st and 10. A solid run on first down. Gain of 7 leaves him with a 2nd and 3. Baltimore was the most run-heavy team in the league last year after Lamar Jackson took over as a starter. And you think about Mark Ingram. He goes from a situation where he was sharing time with Kamara in New Orleans. Now he figures to be the top guy in the Baltimore backfield. Although I guess you could say he's kind of splitting time with his quarterback, Lamar Jackson. But a great veteran presence Mark Ingram is behind Jackson. Ingram now in his 9th NFL season. A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
Push him back. Push him right.
Sean Williams that time in on the stop.
He continues to struggle to find a crease to break off a big one and might need to just put that aside and just try and ram his way forward and get what he can.
This is 3rd and 2. Maybe the biggest play in this football game.
57 to Mike. 56. He's heavy on the edges.
To throw is Jackson. He's got his man. It's Andrews. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. The Raven passing game getting in sync. Another first down.
And the Raven first down.
Jackson now perfect since the second half started. 7 of 7. It's 1st and 10. They run. It's Mark Ingram. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4. Able to stay in bounds, so the clock keeps rolling. And this defense right now backed up in the red zone. Another touchdown, it's over. They've got to stand tall quickly.
Been in this spot before. Now there's a little bit of desperation creeping in, and all you're doing when you're talking to your defensive teammates is first guy there, hold him up. Second, third guy in, rake it the football. Get it out. We've got to create a turnover because one more score, and this game's over.
Now a 10th carry for Hill. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down.
Now, obviously, that's some good work there defensively, being able to stop them and bring up a key 3rd down. But if you're on the offensive side of the ball, there's an opportunity because I know what defensive guys are thinking right now. Just stop them, get to the ball. That means they might not be sound defensively. There could be some opportunities.
And you said key 3rd down. Highlight that word. Put it in bold. Here we go. Slipped one tackle, but no more as he's knocked to the deck behind the line of scrimmage. And now, defensively, they're going to burn their first time out. Remember, they get an extra time built in coming up here shortly at the 2-minute warning. And Tucker's kick right there. It's good. And that will push the lead up to 5. So they get to 3, but you wonder now, is that going to be enough?
Excellent question, because when I look at the smiles on that side of the field, they're a little tight, aren't they? If they had scored a touchdown there, those would be big half-moon grins right now because they'd feel a whole lot better about their position.
And a touchdown in the other direction, all of a sudden, they're down. Charles, this one, not over, certainly, but you set the magic number earlier in this game at 20 points, said that they would need to hold them right around that marker under it. What are you seeing here?
Well, that number is still in play because we said, okay, 20 or under gives them a chance to win. Right on pace for being in that range. And guess what? They've got a shot.
Passing, it's Dalton. Oh, he got position on him, and he pulls it in. And they work this well upfield across the 45. The end result, 21 yards. A big hitter to start the drive has him up near midfield here for 1st and 10.
Mike 20, Mike 20. Watch QB. Over here.
Here's Dalton. And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Marching in for the sack, Matthew Judon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
And that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's a really difficult task.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete. And all the way in for a Cincinnati score. A.J. Green, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Bengals have taken the lead. So now an extra point doesn't help much. They'll try to go for 2 to make the difference a field goal, and they can lead it by 3. They'll try and run with Bernard, and he will not get there. He comes up short. And they're unable to push this lead to a field goal as it'll remain a 1-point game. This will be taken in at the 1. And he'll get it up across the 20 to the 21-yard line. The offense back out there at the line, ready for their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see if practice makes perfect.
36. 3 bucks. Right. 36 to Mike. You're not ready. You're not ready.
Back to throw. And he can't corral it. That would have wrapped it up if he'd been able to hold on. Instead, it brings up third down. Big play coming up. Here's 3rd and 10.
I would expect to see some pressure here.
And the blitz does come. And able to catch it on the left sideline, but they're going to rule him out of bounds. So it'll be incomplete, certainly one they'd like to have back as it brings up 4th down. One score down. Here we go. They're going to go for it here on 4th down. On 4th down, Jackson. And no, it's incomplete. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and that's going to be just about all she wrote for this one. Down to a knee here. The defense still with a couple of timeouts. We'll see if they want to use them. The Ravens going to use the second of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. And they take a knee. Ravens going to use their 3rd and final timeout as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in the 4th. So time to start going in the other direction as they come up now 3rd and long. And they'll indeed take a knee.
A loss of a yard. It's 4th down.
So on 4th down, out trots the kicker in a big spot here. Right hash mark of 42-yard attempt. And his kick is good. And that'll move their lead up to 4 now. The bottom line, tremendous starting field position, really squandered there as they wind up going backwards and then come up with just 3.
Well, getting the 3 turned out to be important. I can imagine the head coach when he ordered the field goal. Please salvage something out of this drive. That was not fun to watch.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Raven offense set at the line for this next drive. Critical condition here, obviously. Got to hope to get something quick right and then maybe take that shot deep.
And once they do take the big shot, you've got to worry on defense, of course.
And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked off at the 39. And his crew will take over with a football at the 35-yard line. Well, we were on hand for a fun and entertaining game here, coming down really to that last play. Great job defensively to get the pick and seal it. And
we know that every play during a game matters. You're never sure which one's going to be one of the key ones. But at the end of the game, when you analyze it, 3, 4, 5 plays are going to be the ones you focus on. And that last play was one of them. The last shot had to take it, and they came up with the interception and sealed their victory.